Now they're saying that, you see, in this hard time here, there's a lot of scope for innovation and creative thinking and so on. Look at healthcare, for example. Healthcare, many politicians think that it's going to go beyond the sky and go through the roof and it's going to be unaffordable and all this kind of stuff. I think that we need to have a different type of medical profession out here. Many medical students who go out and want to charge big bucks and want to have a great life. If it weren't for student loan, many of them couldn't graduate. They couldn't go to med school. But then now they come back and they want to charge us big bucks because, hey, I'm a medical doctor, I'm top of the pecking order, and I need to have a big shot life. I need to live, over so. Why can't you make, say, 60,000 a year? You know what I mean? I mean, why you have to be making 300,000 a year? You see, long time ago, $1 million was a lot of bucks, but now we're every Harry and Joe making like footballers and baseball players and basketball players and all that. They're making like 6 million for just like 3 months' work or whatever, or per year and so on. And to go into the game is costing so much. Advertising is costing so much that you're not getting ahead of the game. And see, there's another part of education which is a problem. I think I'm very well educated, and I know that it might be better to ask for benefits than to ask for cash. I mean, it may cost, but it could be worked in a different way. For example, I might think that, oh, I'm doing my job so good, the boss should double my wages. Well, he's not going to take that out of his bank account. He's going to add it onto the product. The product price is going to go so high, but it's necessary. People have to have it, so they're going to strain to buy it, and then they also going to ask for a raise so they could afford it. So that while I was ahead of the game, my wages doubled, and I had some extra bucks that I could have started studying now. I should do a facelift. I should add a pool in my yard. Oh, I should go to the moon. It's like, what cost of living come and grab me again? So I still back to square one. So I'm gonna say again, boss, I need my wages doubled because you see I can't survive again. So you double it again, and then quickly everybody, and again it would keep going on like this. So that, and you see, this is what's happening in India and China. Those folks probably thinking, or they're becoming like us, and over time they're gonna become just like us. But we need to realize that there's no end in demand. So that if I going to get a big raise and I want to go on the moon and I want to do this facelift and all this girls and all that boat and yacht and tour and all this kind of stuff, I must get a good education. I must create a new product or create a new service. And so I'm going to make money like Bill Gates and like Zuckerberg and others. But I just can't expect to be on the clock doing a menial job, cleaning the floor of the office, or just putting a machine together to make those cookies and expect to be able with that same income to become a big shot and buy a $250,000 house and move over in suburbia. All right. So coming back to the medical thing here. So medicine men have to understand that, hey, I mean, what about 70,000 a year? Isn't that enough? You have to make $250,000 because that is going to directly affect the cost people have to spend for health care. Now, okay, if I cut back on mine, what about the mechanic and what about the other people I'm going to be in a black buying? Across the country, we need to do that, okay? So that I think also what is crucial here, and I know the medical profession may not like this, but we are not teaching people how to take care of themselves so that we let them live haphazardly and recklessly. And when they get hurt and injured, then they come to us and then, or to the medical profession, and then they charge them some big bucks and they keep going and all in the whole 9 years like that. So we need to start teaching in elementary school things that are important. Now, suppose now I've met several people here who tell me, man, I don't drink water at all. I just drink soda and beer and juice. Well, that might be okay, but you need just plain water. Okay, you need about 80 ounces if you're a 160-pound person. Okay, so that when you go to the doctor now, you have certain problems. Instead of the doctor tell you, well, hey, you need to be drinking some more water, he can tell you, but okay, try this medication, or we might have to operate on you. So he's not going to try to help you to get better. He's trying to make some money. So he's going to guide you to the medication and to the operation, which won't solve the problem. So you end up dead, and wait for another sucker to come along. So why don't we teach people how to take care of themselves. So that as a college educated person, I know how to take care of my health. I know what my body needs since in elementary school. I know the vitamins. I know where you find them in what type of foods. I know what those vitamins do, what role they play for the body. For example, in elementary school, I know that eyes need vitamin A, and it might need other complex, the other vitamins would affect, assist in other ways. But because in the eye you have nerves and you need B1 in there. So, but the predominant vitamin for eyes and sight is A. Bones and skin is D. You need to be out in the sun. Add some in the milk for good measure. Your nerves, you need your vitamin B complex and so forth. Um, and then you have your different types of sugars. Different parts of the body needs different types. You have your sucrose, you have your fructose, you have your maltose, you have your lactose. Um, what else? Those are some of the sugars that you need. So that I know that if I need sucrose, I need sugar, and if I need sucrose, I need sugar. If I need fructose, I need some fruits. Lactose, I need milk. And this milk energy might help with I don't want to go too far because I don't know. Maybe the bone development and all that kind of stuff. And the body's so complex that they work around the blood. So the best thing to do is to have a multivitamin and so on. All right. So in part in combating the expense and the exorbitance in the medical cost and so forth is education. And the medical profession has to be honest. For example, when I was living in Canada, I had ulcers. And on 2 occasions, I went to the hospital because I was bleeding. And both times they tell me about the operation. I'm saying, no, I'm not going to do no operation because I heard from other people that they make it appear as if like operation is going to solve it. But when you cut out the ulcer, you still may get the ulcer again somewhere else. So somebody in Australia, I understand, discovered that was the pylorium bacteria or something like that, which was causing ulcers. And so with an antibiotics, that was over. Now I heard many people in the medical profession were saying, man, you're cutting out our job, man. People are going to be coming for ulcers again. We're going to have these operations. What's wrong with you? So with some antibiotics, you'd be okay. But they were trying to cut me up. No, you're not going to cut me, bro. I'm not your guinea pig. So I know for myself, and I know I need to sleep, I need to eat well, I need to rest, I need to, do this and I need to do that, I need faith in God and so forth. So when we start teaching people right, in a way, it's going to, you see, yes, the medical profession are making all the bucks, but what about if the citizens or human resources, it's kind of not strong or energetic or has the capacity for intelligence, which comes from nutrition and so forth. Yeah, they're trying. You know what I discovered? Whatever is making America suffer right now, some people are making big bucks on that. In fact, they were making big bucks in a certain way that caused the economic problems. And they want to keep on making that money and they fail to realize that they're strangling the country and it's going to die. So that what they needed to do is let go and start thinking creative. There could be money making in America coming up and staying up. Okay? It doesn't have to be that piracy and that scampishness and that scams and trickery and all the crap that is going down. Folks could make money coming up, like in education. Folks making money on these tests and on these little cheap schools around. And then what? Folks not educated who don't know what they're doing and they're about to cause the country to collapse. So why don't we find a way to how we could enhance education and so that you could make money as America and the education is getting better. So in conclusion here, we need to rein in costs in the medical field. These doctors are being paid too much. These nurses are being paid too much. We put in too much emphasis on the medical intervention as opposed to preventative, medicine and health care and so forth. So we need to start from early, teach these young people how to brush their teeth, how to take care of their hygiene, drink water, and do things that should prevent them from having to embrace or be engaged with the healthcare system. You need your annual checkups and so forth, but this big every day you need to go to the hospital and the emergency ward because you're living crazy, drinking up a whole bunch of don't sleep, doing drugs, and then when you collapse, the ambulance got to come take you over there. You get well, you come back and do the same stupidness again.